Hello, we are the Purple Panthers. My name is Blake Martin. I'm the substitute instructor for this course. The original instructor, Katie Jiang, could not be here, but I'm here to present our project for this one-week data science course titled The Properties That Determine a Hazardous Asteroid. So our project is about finding the properties that determine if an asteroid is hazardous or not. Using data collected by NASA's Open API and published by Samit Vani, we created multiple graphs and charts in order to test our hypothesis and come up with a credible conclusion. Our hypothesis is that if the relative speed is large and the size of an asteroid is small, the asteroid may be considered harmful. Now I'm going to pass it on to Daniel Huang, another substitute group member who is going to talk about the first section of our project. So Daniel, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, so in this chart, you can see the pattern of the most harmful asteroids in years and their sizes and their speeds. We identified which year had the highest chance of harming Earth and which one was the most hazardous. And this also shows all the asteroid sizes and speeds. They also separated the column year 2021 from the other columns because it actually had the highest chance of asteroids colliding with the Earth.
Right, and here's our code and some of our charts pertaining to this section of the project. Some more code, a histogram. Now I'm going to pass it off to Autumn Fisk, another one of our substitute group members, who is going to talk about the next section of this project. So Autumn, if you want to take it away.
Yep. To find the difference in velocity between hazardous and non-hazardous asteroids, we used a box plot to compare since we can view them side by side and check the measurements. We can see that hazardous asteroids have a higher median, min, and max velocity than non-hazardous asteroids. However, there's quite a bit of overlap.
All right, we'll be quick. Yes, as Autumn said, this is our chart describing this section of the data analysis. Next, I'm going to pass it off to Daniel again, who's going to talk about the very next section.
Yeah, so in this graph, we wanted to see if there was a difference in the relationship between the average diameter and the relative velocity of the hazardous or non-hazardous asteroids using a scatter plot. And this showed no significant difference between the two kinds of asteroids. However, we can still see that the average diameter doesn't play a role in determining the relative velocity of the asteroid.
All right, and here is some more graphs that this group generated for this section of the project. Autumn, if you want to take us through the next section.
In order to find a relationship between the asteroid's magnitude and whether it's hazardous or not, a box graph is the best way since we only have one measurable parameter and a boolean. As illustrated on the graph, we can determine that there's a clear difference in point in terms of magnitude level that signifies whether an asteroid is dangerous or not. However, unlike the previous ones, there is a bit more separation, but there's still a bit of overlap. So the hard part for getting an accurate read is getting the data's overlap to, I guess, sort itself out.
Yep.
The more data, the better.
Right. More data is always better. All right, Daniel, if you want to take us through this last section.
In the other graph, we decided to see if the mist distance had any effect at the classification of an asteroid, again, using these box graphs. And they still show little difference in terms of distance between harmful and harmless asteroids that went by the Earth. And it even shows that the harmless asteroids had a smaller mist distance compared to their hazardous counterparts.
And after studying and visualizing the data in the graphs, we were able to conclude that properties such as relative velocity and absolute magnitude are the deciding factors of a hazardous asteroid, and that over time, the frequency of such asteroids has risen. Our hypothesis fell short in terms of the diameter or size of an asteroid being one of these deciding factors, which we found to be false after analyzing the data. This was our project, we think, or this was the project of the Purple Panthers. We thank you for listening, and we encourage to leave any questions or comments you have in the YouTube comments below.